Today for phonics, we are starting to take a look at a new long vowel sound. Before break, we took a look at the long A, and we learned that when I have a consonant E, this A says its own name and the E is silent. That's right. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the long I. If I have I and a D, I'm going to put R in front of it, id. That's rid. But when I have vowel consonant E, then that I is going to say its own name, id, and the E is silent. We're going to be taking a look at some words just like that this morning. And so before we get to this worksheet, I want you to go ahead and feel free to pull out this sheet right here. It's not colored this week, it's just white. But let's go ahead through these long vowel sounds and these long vowel words. So, P says P, and now I see I consonant E. Since I have I consonant E, I know the I is going to say its own name and the E is going to be silent. So, pine, pine. I see lots of pine trees outside. Pine. I. P. I consonant E. P. I-L. P-I-L. Pile. There is a pile of clothes in your room. Go pick them up, please. Pile. M says I consonant E. The I says its own name. I'll. I'll. Mile. L. I consonant E. The I has to say its own name. I. Like. Like. Next word. We just had to change one letter here. L says L. I. Consonant E, so the I says its own name, life, life. R says I consonant E. I has to say its own name, the E is silent, ripe, ripe. Now what you'll notice is I used my pencil, and what I was doing is I was saying the first sound, wasn't I? And then I looked to see what else I had going on for me. And I noticed that I had an I consonant E. So I put this straight line over the I. That tells me that the I is going to say its own name, I. Then you have your consonant, and then my E has to be silent, so I just put a little line through it. It doesn't have to be big, it doesn't have to be bold, but just to remind me when I'm doing these readings that I cannot say anything for the E. The E is silent. Let's look at this next row. I consonant E. The I says its own name and the E is silent. Vine, vine. The pumpkins grow on a thick vine. SH. Ooh, there's a blend. Shine, shine, shine. Shine, Jesus, shine. You know that song? There's a blend. That's a digraph. That's a blend. I consonant E. I'll. Smile. There's another digraph. I consonant E. I'll. I'll. While. Next word. I consonant E. I'm. Dime. And I. Now, the E is still silent, but the S still has to make sound. So, it's yikes. Yikes. Now, this third row here is showing you how there are some words that can go from a short vowel to a long vowel just by adding an E. So bit, but now I added an E And this I has to now say its own name. I. Bit, b-ite, bite. Rid. I would like you to rid yourself of all impurity, Jesus says. All ungodliness. Rid yourself of it. Take it away. But now I add an E, and now it says ride. So we went from rid to ride. It. Kit. I have a sewing kit. And now I add an E at the end, and it says kite. Okay? On the back side of that sheet, you have 3 sentences. I want you to read through these sentences, and I would like you to underline, box, circle, put a cloud around all your words that have the long I sound. So Mike likes to ride his bike fast. So I'm choosing to do a cloud around my first sentence. So Mike, that has a long I, likes, that's long I, to ride, oh, there's another one, his bike fast. Okay? You're going to do the same thing with 2 and 3. Kate got quite a big prize. Clive and Jake will hike for a mile. Okay, so in this second sentence, there are 2. And in this third sentence, there are 3 for you to find. Okay, now that we've gone through that, this sheet is going to be so super easy for us. Let's get started. We're going to read the words in the box and find the name that matches the picture. Smile, dime, kite, bike. Okay, let's do number 1 together. This is a picture of a kite. Here's a kite, K-I-T-E. Go ahead and write kite. And let's do number 4. That is a picture of a dime. How much is a dime worth? 10 cents, of course. Go ahead and write 10 cents next to that. At the bottom, just like we did last time, you are going to write your own sentence using a word from the box. So pick one of these 4 words and make a sentence. Make sure your sentence has a capital letter and make sure that it has an end mark. You can choose whichever is fitting for your sentence, period, question mark, or exclamation mark. When you're done with this, please make sure that this gets back into your Monday folder.